Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the Detroit Lions are not just quietly rebuilding anymore, they're in full win-now mode. This is a team that has been steadily climbing the ranks over the last few seasons, and the recent moves, the offseason buzz, and the whispers about potential big trades all point to one thing. The Lions are serious about contending for that elusive Super Bowl. And honestly, the excitement around Detroit has never been higher. Fans are energized, the roster is deep, and the team's front office seems to be making bold moves to push the franchise into genuine championship contention. But what's really catching everyone's eye right now is a rumor that could shake up the entire NFC North and, frankly, the entire league. That rumor: the Detroit Lions are reportedly in the mix for one of the NFL's most dominant defensive stars, T.J. Watt. Yeah, that's right. T.J. Watt, the four-time Pro Bowler, the 2021 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the most relentless pass rushers in football, could be on the move. And if you're a Lions supporter, you know this could be a game-changer. Let's step back a little and understand the context here. T.J. Watt is currently in the final year of his contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, under new management and always looking to stay competitive, might be considering their options. Now, it's important to note that Pittsburgh isn't actively shopping Watt, at least not officially. But the NFL is a business, and teams often keep their options open. With Watt entering his age 31 season in October, and with his desire for a lucrative new contract, one that could see him become the highest-paid defensive player in NFL history, the Steelers might decide that trading him before the start of the season makes the most sense. Especially since they've already made some bold moves this offseason, acquiring players like DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey, signaling that they're all in for 2025. So, why would the Lions be interested? Well, Detroit's defense last season, while improving, still left a lot to be desired, especially in the pass rush. They finished tied for 24th in sacks with just 37, which is pretty underwhelming considering their talent level on paper. And the absence of Aiden Hutchinson for the final 13 games due to a broken leg was a major blow. Hutchinson, the number 2 overall pick in 2022, showed flashes of brilliance but obviously missed a significant chunk of the season. That absence was felt, especially in critical moments when the Lions needed to pressure the quarterback more consistently. With Hutchinson coming back healthy and eager to prove himself, and with Za'Darius Smith still on the market after an underwhelming stint, Detroit's front office is clearly looking for ways to bolster their pass rush. And here's where the rumor mill heats up. According to CBS Sports, Cody Benjamin, Detroit has been sniffing around for upgrades opposite Hutchinson for a while now. They've tried to take flyers on players like Smith, and they even reportedly attempted a draft day trade to move up for more edge-rushing help. The Lions have plenty of cap space, over $40 million in 2025, to make a splash, and that could be enough to convince Pittsburgh that trading Watt is worth it. Because, let's be honest, Watt's talent is undeniable. When healthy, he's a game-wrecker. His ability to rush the passer, set the edge in run defense, and make plays all over the field makes him a franchise-altering player. Now you might be thinking, but wait, what about the risks? And that's a fair point. Watt will turn 31 in October, and he's coming off one of the least productive seasons of his career, 5 sacks, which is solid but not jaw-dropping, especially considering his previous peak seasons. His contract demands are also a factor. He's looking for a deal that would surpass the $40 million per year that Myles Garrett currently has, which is a significant investment for any team. The Lions would have to weigh whether that investment is worth the potential boost to their defense, especially considering they'd be giving up draft capital, including their early picks in 2026, which are already limited. Let's also consider the bigger picture here. The NFC North is becoming more competitive each year. The Minnesota Vikings have been aggressive in free agency. The Green Bay Packers are rebuilding with Jordan Love taking over as QB1, and the Chicago Bears are still trying to find consistency. For Detroit, the opportunity to add a player like Watt could be the final piece they need to truly compete for a Super Bowl. Their offense, led by Jared Goff, is already potent, with weapons like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, and a solid offensive line. But defense wins championships, and adding a player of Watt's caliber would send a clear message to the league that Detroit is here to stay. Of course, there are questions. Would Pittsburgh really trade Watt to a division rival? The Steelers are known for their loyalty to their stars, but they've also shown a willingness to move on when it benefits the franchise. Their recent moves indicate they're not afraid to shake things up, especially after a busy offseason. The trade would likely involve a significant package, potentially including future picks and maybe even a player or two to sweeten the deal. The Lions, with their cap space and draft capital, could be in a strong position to negotiate. But at the end of the day, it's about the Lions' boldness. They've shown in recent seasons that they're not afraid to make aggressive moves, whether it's signing key free agents, trading for proven veterans, or drafting high-upside players. This potential Watt move would be the culmination of that philosophy, aiming for excellence, aiming for the Super Bowl, and not settling for mediocrity. If they pull this off, it would send shockwaves through the NFL and establish Detroit as a true contender with a defense that can match their explosive offense. Now, for the fans listening, imagine what this would mean. The roar of Ford Field, the energy of a defense that can rush the quarterback like Watt, combined with the offensive firepower Detroit already has, could turn the Lions into one of the most feared teams in football. And this isn't just idle speculation. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, and teams are always looking for that one move that can elevate them to the next level. The Lions are positioning themselves for that, and the Watt rumor might just be the tip of the iceberg. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if Detroit manages to land TJ Watt, it would be a statement, an unequivocal signal that they're serious about contending now, not just in a couple of seasons. It would also set a precedent for their future strategy, aggressive, bold, and focused on winning. Fans should also keep an eye on how this potential move influences other teams' plans, as the NFL offseason is a chess game, and big trades like this can ripple through the entire league. And don't forget the history here. The Lions have been waiting for a moment like this for decades. They've had flashes of brilliance, playoff appearances, and even some promising seasons, but a true Super Bowl victory has eluded them. The franchise is hungry, the fan base is passionate, and the current roster is talented enough to make a deep playoff run. Adding a player like Watt could push them over the edge, transforming them from playoff contenders into Super Bowl favorites. And it's not just about Watt. The Lions are building a complete team. Their recent drafts have been solid, the offensive line is growing stronger, and Jared Goff has shown he can lead a high-powered offense. But defense has been the missing piece. They've been trying to find that impact pass rusher, that game-changing defender who can consistently generate pressure. Watt, if acquired, would be that player. And with his leadership and veteran presence, he'd also be a mentor for the younger guys, like Hutchinson, who's eager to prove he can be a dominant force in this league. Now, considering the NFL's landscape, the Lions making such a bold move would definitely turn heads. It would serve as a clear message to the rest of the league. Detroit is not just content with being a playoff team, they want to be champions. They're willing to make the tough decisions, the bold trades, and the investments necessary to win a Super Bowl. And that's the kind of mentality that resonates with fans and players alike. In conclusion, while there are hurdles and questions to answer, like the price tag, the fit, and whether Pittsburgh is even willing to trade Watt, the fact that the Lions are in the conversation is huge news. It exemplifies their commitment to excellence and their desire to compete at the highest level. Whether this move materializes or not, it's clear that Detroit is no longer in the shadows. They're a team on the rise, and the NFL should be paying close attention. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. The offseason is heating up and the best is yet to come. Let's keep the passion alive, keep the discussions going, and get ready for what could be an incredible journey for Detroit in the upcoming season. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next video.